Scout leader, Ms. Cindy, for joining us today. I want to introduce the officers you will hear from this afternoon. Please stand when called. I am Cameron Pinson, Juniorette President. Hannah Stutts, Vice President. Isabelle Brown, Treasurer. Alyssa Thompson and Emma Cape, Historian. Brittany Cray, Secretary, was responsible for your colorful program, although she was unable to attend. Please be seated. Okay, go sit down. Please stand. Advisors Kay Anderson and Kay Easton. Assistants Shealy, Lynn, and Sherry Stutts, unable to attend, and our most admired Juniorette grandmothers, JGs for short. Adelaide Kate, Ellen Robinson, and Terry Sticks. Our guests and members to our flag program. We thank Club Scout Troop. I want to introduce the officers. Okay. Please give number 228 Club Scouts a hand.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you to the Juniorettes that helped our fundraiser Mixed Bag Designs. If you have questions or turn in, stop at the sign at the table in the lobby. Proceeds from the sale will help the Juniorettes support our projects. A financial report will be given after the mixed bag sale is over. Deadline for orders is November 29th. If you would like to order a Juniorette t-shirt, you can see Miss Brown in the lobby. They are $10 and come in mint and light pink. We can wear them to our projects. Our next project is Monday, December 1st at Early Works. Supper with Santa needs 8 volunteers each shift, 5 elves and 3 drink servers. Hours are 3:30 until 7:30 p.m. We are making 2 shifts available. Choose a time for your shift and if you would like to be an elf. Moms, in January we will send the girls a list of projects for 2015. We have 1 or 2 projects a month. The advisors thank the parents for their support of the Juniorettes this year.
Shealy Lynn would come up to introduce our speakers and our program.
I just want to say that's the first time our new officers have gotten up in front of a group, not only their peers, but adults as well, and I know they did a good job, so we're proud of them. Today I would like to introduce the 2 people that will be bringing the program. First of all is Jennings, right down here, and Janice is here today to share with you a program on the American flag. She is a member of Huntsville chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution, and she presently serves as the chapter regent. Now, for those of you who don't know what that might be, she's like our chapter president, okay? She also serves as the state chair for the flag of the United States of America. So I believe Janice should know her flag. Now, I am. So that there won't be a break in the program, as soon as Janice finishes talking to you about the flag, we're going to move forward with a flag ceremony for you. Colonel David Murhpy is retired Air Force, and his cadets will be doing the flag ceremony today. He teaches cadets enrolled at Huntsville High School in the Air Force Juniorettes program. The cadets will perform the flag folding ceremony as Colonel Murhpy defines the meaning of each fold. And I will let him introduce his cadets at the end of the ceremony. Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and start this around. I made bags for the children and juniorettes they have certain things that we'll just pull out back. There you go. Just keep that going. I also have extra copies of the flag code that are inside and a bookmarker and a story. Would you like your cadets to sit down while I do this, or do you want them to stand for 10 minutes? I would want to stand.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and the wee belows. I would like to thank the Dimity organization for this opportunity to talk to you about the history of the U.S. flag. The American flag has been a symbol of our nation's strength and unity for more than 200 years. The evolution of the flag is as varied as each state of the Union. In fact, each colony in the beginning had a flag featuring whatever grievance they had against England at the time. So, like we have state flags today, they considered their colony flag to be the nation's flag, but it really just showed how much they didn't like King George at the time. So by 1774, Massachusetts raised the first flag that blatantly stated our opposition against the British rule. And it was, I have one similar to it, I'll point it out. It was the British Union Jack in the canton. Now the canton is the corner of what you're familiar with the blue part. Up there, that's called the canton. So there was a British Union Jack in the canton, and the rest of it was solid red with the words liberty and union.
Which is similar to this one right here, only would have been all red.
The Minutemen of 1775 carried the rattlesnake flag, showing 13 red and white stripes and a warning of, does anybody know? Don't shut on me. Yeah. Can everyone see that okay? Yep, okay. Raise your hand if you can tell me where our first Stars and Stripes flag came from. Anyone? Yeah. Betsy Ross. I'll take that as a good answer. By July 4th, 1776, our great Independence Day, the colonies felt that we needed a unified flag. And as you can see through the years, it went through several changes. But to symbolize the unity of the spirit of independence, the red, white, and blue was resolved with 13 alternating red, white stripes and 13 stars in a union, which is the circle, on a field of blue. Of course, everyone has heard the story of Betsy Ross creating the first Stars and Stripes, and it is true she was commissioned by the Navy to create a flag in their ship's colors. But beyond that, there's really no solid proof that she did create that first flag that has been known for several years. It's mostly legend hearsay. In 17, let me point that one out. Everybody knows that.
It's right here, with the Union of Stars and 13 stripes.
In 1777, the Union of Stars was changed to a constellation, which is what we're familiar with today. And in 1795, the design was changed to 15 stripes and 15 stars when we had the addition of Vermont and Kentucky as states. It was this flag that Francis Scott Key saw gallantly streaming over Fort McHenry when he wrote the Star-Spangled Banner 200 years ago in 1814. They are celebrating the 200th anniversary of our Star-Spangled Banner this year. It's almost over, isn't it? And that was written during the War of 1812. Now, the War of 1812 actually lasted for 2.5 years, so it was more like the War of 1812, the War of 1813, and the War of 1814, which is when he wrote the Star-Spangled Banner. This year, oh, I already said that, with the addition of a star and stripe for every new state, you can see where this might present a problem. In fact, when the number of states became 20, and there were 20 stripes on the flag, it was suggested to return to the original 13 stripes to represent what? Anyone? Yes. What did it represent? The 13? Yeah, excellent, yes. And then a star would be added to the constellation for each state. So, who has heard of the term Old Glory? It's even on the poster over there. This came about in the 1820s. A shipmaster of William Driver was given a handmade flag for his ship. And when he hoisted it up on the mast for the very first time, the wind caught it with such fierce and snapped it open. He just looked up in surprise and said, "Oh, glory!" And it stuck. Okay, I forgot the Fort McHenry flag.
That is right here. As you can see, there are several more stripes on it, having 15 states at the time. Oh, wait, one, this one. This is the one we're using today. Oh, let me jump over here.
Stars 49 and 50 were added in, who can tell me what year? They weren't even born yet. Do you know? Excellent, excellent. Yes, and it was 1959. Today's design of the flag came from Robert Heft, who was in high school at the time in 1960. And he designed a flag with the newly added states. He decided to design a flag as a school project for extra credit. He received a B-. Yeah. And his teacher said anyone can design a flag. Yeah. But he also told Robert that if he could get Congress to accept his design, then he would raise his grade. Can you imagine? So, not to be dismissed so easily, Robert sent his flag to his congressman. Okay. And the rest is history, because we still use that flag today. He also designed a flag for 51 states, if that ever came to pass. But I wonder if he ever got his grade raised. So, in your goodie bag, you're going to find a flag code that is a folded flyer that shows you the proper etiquette and the respect for the flag. Yeah. You'll also find a bookmarker with the Pledge of Allegiance. And there's another leaflet that tells the story of how the Pledge of Allegiance came about. And there are other goodies for your enjoyment. Does anyone have any questions for me? Yes? It's a summer. In the shape of a star. Ask your mom if you can have it first. Anyone else? Any protocol questions about the flag during ceremonies, which they will show you? No. Thank you very much.
The flag folding ceremony represents the same religious principles on which our country was originally founded. The portion of the flag that we honor is the canton of blue containing the stars representing the states our veterans served in uniform. The canton field of blue dresses from left to right and is inverted when draped as a pall on a cast of a veteran who has served our country in uniform. In the Armed Forces of the United States, at the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at the ceremony of reveille, run aloft as a symbol of our belief in the resurrection of the body. Now, the first fold of our flag is a symbol of life. The second fold is a symbol of our belief in the eternal life. The third fold is made in honor and remembrance of the veteran departing our ranks, who gave a portion of life for the defense of our country to attain a peace throughout the world. We salute you. The fourth fold is for the brave men and women of our armed forces who have died on the fields of combat and in service to our country. We salute you. The fifth fold represents our weaker nature, for as American citizens trusting in God, it is to Him we turn in times of peace, as well as in times of war for His divine guidance. The sixth fold is a tribute to our country. From the words of Stephen Decatur, our country, dealing with other countries, may be right, but it is still our country, right or wrong. The seventh fold is for where our hearts lie. It is with our heart that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The eighth fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through our armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all our enemies, whether they be found within or without the boundaries of our republic. The ninth fold is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that we might see the light of day, and to honor Mother, for whom it flies on Mother's Day. The tenth fold is a tribute to womanhood, for it has been through their faith, love, loyalty, and devotion that the character of the men and women who have made this country great have been molded. The 11th fold is a tribute to Father, for He too has given His sons and daughters for the defense of our country since they were first born. The 12th fold, in the eyes of the Hebrew citizen, represents the lower portion of the seal of King David and King Solomon, and glorifies in their eyes the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 13th fold, in the eyes of the Christian citizen, represents an emblem of eternity and glorifies in their eyes God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. When the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost, reminding us of our motto, "In God we trust." After the flag is folded and tucked in, it takes on the appearance of a cocked hat, ever reminding us of the soldiers who served under General George Washington and the sailors and Marines who served under Captain John Paul Jones, who were followed by their comrades and shipmates in the armed forces of the United States, preserving for us the rights, privileges, and freedoms we enjoy today. Now, before we finish the last part of the ceremony, I'd like to introduce you to the cadets on here. We have freshman, Cadet Cameron Moore, from left to right. Junior, Cadet Jeff Savage. Freshman, Cadet Sheldon Buchanan. Junior, and the commander today, Ben Elliott. Sophomore, Cadet Maria Correa. And sophomore, Cadet Shay Turner. Then when the ceremony ends, then it's presented to either a loved one of the departed service member or to a retiree. And it's done in this manner.
great job. I know very much we appreciate it.
Please stand. Join us in the reading the Juniorette pledge. I pledge my loyalty to the Juniorette Club woman by doing better than I ever done before. To being prompt, honest, courteous, by living each day, trying to accomplish something, not merely to exist.